Welcome back. There are 3 small mangrove islands in Manatee County known as Dot, Dash, and Dit, which are now proposed as a critical wildlife area.
Located on the Braden River, the islands are home to the only coastal colony of wood storks in the area. Back in 2000, there were 140 pairs of the storks among the 100 pairs of wading birds present there. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is here with more on the conservation effort. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, these islands are one of almost a dozen around the state designated as proposed critical wildlife areas, all to protect rare birds breeding on these islands.
On occasion, Ann Paul of Audubon, Florida, loves to birdwatch.
Herons, egrets, spoonbills, anhingas, and wood storks.
And one of her spots is right on the Braden River, 3 small islands managed by Audubon, Florida, teeming with common and rare birds.
Some of the rarest species in Florida.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission identifying the islands as a proposed critical wildlife area, also known as a CWA, due to threatened birds like wood storks nesting their young.
If these kinds of places are not protected, then wood storks might slide back onto the endangered species list, and that's not something that we would want to happen.
It will be Manatee County's first CWA, pending approval from the Department of Environmental Protection. Paul says Audubon, Florida is working with various agencies, as well as volunteers, to make sure the islands are protected.
Our purpose is to make sure that birds that are an important part of the natural heritage of Florida will be here in the future.
And if Dot, Dash, and Dit, which are right behind me, are approved for the CWA program, signs would be posted around the island for anyone coming too close.
It'll help inform the public that this area is really important for birds, kind of give them a distance.
And I see boats, photographers, fishermen literally touching the island.
Jim Stevenson of the Manatee Audubon Society says the signs are critical in order for these birds to be left alone.
We're not saying stay away. We want people to enjoy the birds, but just give them a little bit of breathing room.
Stevenson goes on to say viewing of nature and wildlife is a huge part of Florida tourism.
In 2011, it was $4.9 billion. If we don't preserve the roosting places, the wetlands, unless we maintain these, we're not going to have anything to look at.
And in Sarasota, Roberts Bay Islands are also on the list as a potential CWA. Back to you.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Animal rights advocates across Florida are celebrating tonight following the decision to not hold a controversial bear hunt this fall. After hearing hours of objections from animal rights activists and support from hunters, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission voting last night against a staff recommendation to hold a hunt in October. During last year's hunt, 304 bears were killed over 2 days. The commission says passing on a similar hunt this year will allow non-lethal bear control efforts to take hold. Those efforts include expanding the availability of bear-proof trash containers in communities with high incidence of bear-human interactions. The group Sarasota in Defense of Animals has been very vocal in its opposition of a bear hunt, holding protests here. The group's president says the FWC's decision is a victory.
We respect wildlife, and we believe that there are other methods that can be used, expanding habitat, even spaying and neutering like we do dogs and cats, are other methods that can be explored for sterilization and to prevent too many births.
The FWC has about $825,000 this year, due in part to money raised from the 2015 hunt, to match with money from local governments for these non-lethal options. Florida wildlife officials are releasing records that show how many alligators have been trapped on Walt Disney property. The FWC says 240 gators have been removed over the past decade. The agency releasing this information after a public records request from the media. 15 gators have been captured from the beginning of this year through the month of May. The report did not include the 6 trapped since June 14th attack, when a gator killed a 2-year-old Nebraska boy. Wildlife officials say they are confident they've captured that specific gator.
The South Florida Museum in Bradenton served as a fun, interactive classroom today. Manatee and Sarasota County students were invited to the museum for free for a summer learning day. The kids got to check out all of the exhibits and learn about animals and nature. The museum puts on the event to remind parents that learning does not have to stop in the summer, and it really shouldn't. You can find educational lessons in everyday tasks and experiences.
Learning how big bones are and how big the animals are and how big shark teeth are and how big crocodile's mouth is. I'm learning about history like Megalodon and other like mammoth and Megalodon and other animals, other extinct animals. You get to see all kinds of things that happened in the past, and it's like you're in the past and you're looking at things that you've never seen before.
They sure did learn a lot. All the kids also got a summer survival booklet where they can log on and read books during this summer to learn even more.
Yeah. And they did it inside in air conditioning. I bet they love that the
That's
most,
the key, yes.
Today.
And speaking of heat, we're going to head over to Bob and get a check on just how hot it's been today.
That's a pretty cool program right there. I was offshore today looking at the sharks. We saw barracuda, we saw cow-nosed rays, dolphin, and even a sea turtle out there in the Gulf of Mexico. Fortunate enough to do that today in just one morning. Showers and storms kind of gathering around on this southeasterly flow, and it's not all that impressive today. We're looking at some very warm temperatures and some cooling effects of some of the showers that were around earlier near Northport and South Sarasota and Charlotte County, and now just one or two lone showers remaining. We'll see more pop up into Manatee County, one or two pop up here in the next hour or so, but for the time being, all the rain that was around Northport and Port Charlotte has since moved on for the most part. And this lone shower just southwest of Mayaca City is moving to the west, and there's another one just north of Arcadia. As I mentioned, though, pretty limited right now. Some dry air still hanging around a little bit. 90 degrees, heat index at 98, the dew point 73, and winds out of the west-northwest at 13, and the pressure 30.09 inches, and that is holding steady. We'll have more in the forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Crews are trying to prevent a crude oil spill from making its way to Ventura Beach, California. Authorities say more than 29,000 gallons of oil spilled today after a pipeline started leaking in Hall Canyon. That's about 1 mile inland of San Buenaventura State Beach. Fire officials say the oil will not reach a nearby beach. No evacuations have been ordered, but an alert has been sent out to local residents warning them of that spill.
Not guilty on all charges for Caesar Goodson, the Baltimore officer charged in the death of Freddie Gray. A judge issued the ruling today. Goodson faced 7 charges, including second-degree assault and involuntary manslaughter. Gray suffered a spinal injury and died last year after he was arrested and placed into a prisoner van that Goodson was driving. Gray's death spurred protest and thrusted the city into the national debate on police brutality. Today, more protests following the verdict.
They were just dealt with the bad hand. I mean, it's a circumstantial case, and circumstantial cases are lost.
Today, the criminal justice system failed the citizens of this city on yet another occasion.
Goodson faced the most serious charges of the 6 officers arrested in the case. He chose not to testify in his own defense. Judge Barry Williams also presided over the bench trial of Baltimore officer Edward Nero, who was acquitted of all charges.
The owner of the Pulse nightclub in Orlando will host a Latin night street party tonight. The club is still closed following last week's mass shooting that left 49 people dead. The club's owner deciding to hold the street party about 2 miles away, and performers will dance and entertain throughout the night. The owner is holding this event to show that the community is strong and says she is committed to keeping Pulse alive. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the nasal spray versus the shot.
Why the CDC says you may not want to rely on the flu mist this year. That's next.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV.
Hey, I'm really glad that you're taking a few moments to check out this video about the ministry of First Sarasota, Downtown Baptist Church. I'm William Hill, lead pastor here at First Sarasota. For the last 15 years, it's been my privilege to share in the life of this faith community, a community that centers itself around faith, friends, and family. Indeed, it is a ministry that's been in existence right here in this wonderful city for over a century.
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
Hey, Culligan man.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Zika has the world's attention. The dangerous mosquito-borne virus has been linked to serious birth defects and presents other health risks.
And the CDC warns the type of mosquitoes that transmit the virus are already in the U.S. ABC 7's Alex Redmond takes a look at the best bug sprays to keep yourself protected.
The Zika virus is worrying people around the world. Bug sprays available now can stop the mosquitoes transmitting the dangerous virus. But how do you know which spray is the most effective? Consumer Reports put 16 bug sprays to the test.
Well, in a laboratory, very brave volunteers put their arms into a cage full of 200 disease-free mosquitoes, and we used two types of mosquitoes. One is the Culex mosquito that carries West Nile, and the other is the Aedes mosquito that carries Zika.
All in the name of science. The seemingly simple but painful test had great results.
We found 3 ingredients that are safe for everyone to use, even pregnant women, and are very effective. And those are DEET, oil of lemon eucalyptus, and picaridin.
Sawyer picaridin got top marks, followed by Ben's Wilderness 30% DEET. Both kept mosquitoes away for up to 8 hours. And if you see clothing with the repellent built in, know this: the bugs may still come to you.
Instead, they kill or incapacitate the bugs when they land, and hopefully that happens before the mosquitoes bite you.
If you do wear the clothing, Consumer Reports says you should also use bug spray to keep the mosquitoes away. For ABC 7, I'm Alex Redmond, your Suncoast News.
Flu vaccines are about to get more painful for some people. A CDC advisory committee is recommending that FluMist, the nasal spray influenza vaccine, should not be used during the upcoming flu season. The committee reviewed data from previous flu seasons, and they found it performed quite poorly compared to the standard flu shot. The FDA approved FluMist in 2003 for people between the ages of 2 and 49 years old. The change will have a big impact on kids. An estimated 1/3 of all flu vaccinations to kids are in the nasal spray form. But even someone who is needle phobic like me can stand the flu shot. It's not too bad. Now let's send over to Bob.
Yeah, a little pain beats a lot of pain for a long period of time. So Lakewood Ranch is showing a little bit of cloudiness around today, but not much. Really, there's an isolated chance for a few scattered showers coming in from the east, but not much. We've had a few showers around earlier today. Most of that rain is now ended into Charlotte County and Sarasota, South Sarasota County. Interesting little upper level low spinning right here with that dry air kind of wrapped around it, and still some dry air around Florida. Not as much as there was earlier, but nonetheless, it's still there. And the radar picture over the past several hours showing that rain popping up down to our south, a very few showers down there, and then one lone shower now entering into eastern portions of Sarasota County, one near Arcadia, this one near Hidden River, bringing some moderate rainfall at times right there and near Hidden River. This will be drifting off to the west along Fruitville Road and heading off toward the west there at around 10 miles an hour. And then just northwest of Arcadia, there's a lone shower. Rainfall amounts over the past 24 hours haven't been all that impressive, considering this is the typical time that we would see storms move through that can sometimes produce up to 2 inches of rain just a short period of time. Right now, it's not happening now at the airport. 90 and sunshine. The dew point still fairly high at 73 degrees. Winds out of the west-northwest at 13. The high today, 91, a couple degrees above average. The low, that too, running high. 99 the record, though, set back in 1998. No rainfall to report at the airport. We're just a ½ inch above average now for the month after all that rain we got from Colin. 94 degrees in Jacksonville. It's 92 degrees into Orlando, so still pretty hot across much of the peninsula. Inland areas at 91 degrees in Wauchula, 88 in Northport. Punta Gorda had some rain around, so it cooled down a little bit, but now it's starting to heat back up fairly quickly. And Venice Gardens had a brief shower, and now it's back to 87. The forecast model is showing another round possibly of a few isolated storms like we saw last night, popping up around 9 o'clock or so and then moving out into the Gulf. There they will stay, and then in the morning, a little land breeze may create a few coastal showers offshore. We'll see that same scenario take place tomorrow with storms developing along that sea breeze front and then pushing off to the west. The rain chance tomorrow only at about 30%, and then it picks up a bit for the weekend. But it looks like right now it won't be a washout over the weekend, just showers and storms scattered about in the late afternoon and evening. Well, the enhanced satellite imagery showing not a whole lot going on in the Caribbean, fairly quiet there, good cruising weather throughout much of the central and western Caribbean, although I should say the western Caribbean had been inundated with a lot of rain yesterday. It's much better today, and this upper level low continues to move on into Texas and into Mexico. Well, look at the heat. Billings, it's hotter, just as hot there as it is here in Sarasota. 92 degrees, that's our current temperature. That was our high today. 92 degrees in Atlanta now, 99 in St. Louis. So all this heat that was in the desert southwest is starting to spread off to the east now. 95 in Dallas and 109 into Phoenix. For boaters, east winds turn to the west at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be rather calm out there. Light chop to smooth conditions on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature, a steamy 88 degrees, and the UV index at 10 for the beaches tomorrow. A low tide upcoming 10:47, and then another low tide at 9:35 tomorrow morning. Sunset will be at 8:28. The forecast tonight, just a few showers still possible. Partly cloudy. It will remain warm, 75 for a low, and then tomorrow we repeat pretty much what we saw today. Heat index up near 100 degrees in the afternoon. Scattered showers and storms in the afternoon possible. That rain chance slowly increasing into the weekend with high temperatures close to seasonal averages. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but there is a little bit of traffic backed up on I-75 in the northbound lanes near the Fruitville Road exit.
Volkswagen has agreed to pay about $10.2 billion to settle claims in the U.S. from its emissions cheating scandal. The person briefed on the matter says some money would be paid to the government in penalties. Owners would get $1,000 to $7,000, depending on their car's age, with an average payment of about $5,000. However, the terms could change by the time they are released by the court on Tuesday.
IKEA is recalling some of its children's safety gates. According to the Swedish furniture retailer, the locking mechanism on the gate is unreliable and children could get hurt. There are reports the gates have opened unexpectedly, causing children to fall down the stairs. But there have been no fatalities. The company is urging customers with any model to immediately stop using them and return them to an IKEA store for a full refund. That's a mechanism you don't want to fail.
not at all.
Especially when you have stairs.
Yeah, you depend on those to keep your kids safe, definitely. All right, entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix originated in 1985 by a group of local businessmen. Among them, the race's brainchild, the late Gene Whipp. What began as an annual picnic at the beach for children with special needs has expanded into a 10-day festival, raising $100,000 a year for Suncoast Charities for Children and generating an economic impact of $32 million for the area.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150, Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Did you know? When your dog stays at Canine Corral, the play is free? Contact Canine Corral today about boarding and daycare packages. Canine Corral, where the love is.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow-smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get four-wheeler magazines 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
A Los Angeles jury has decided the band Led Zeppelin did not steal the opening to its classic anthem, Stairway to Heaven.
The federal jury's verdict settles a point that music fans have debated for decades now. The trust for the late songwriter Randy Wolf claimed that Led Zeppelin guitarist Jimmy Page and singer Robert Plant stole a riff from Wolf's 1968 instrumental called Taurus. Defense experts said the two works shared only a common musical building block. So you want to know how to write like Aaron Sorkin? Well, now you can. And the Oscar-winning storyteller is offering a class to aspiring screenwriters. Sorkin will present an online screenwriting course on the education site Masterclass. Some of Sorkin's most famous works include A Few Good Men, Social Network, Moneyball, and TV shows like The Newsroom and The West Wing. Students who sign up for the class will have access to 25 video lessons from Sorkin, with interactive assignments and a 30-page workbook.
A group of A-list celebrities say help from other women has been critical to their success. Kerry Washington, Lena Dunham, Emma Watson, Selena Gomez, and Serena Williams all appear in a new video released by leanin.org. They're participating in a new Together Women Can campaign. It's meant to raise awareness of the ways women can support each other in the workplace and encourage confidence and leadership skills in girls who are growing up now. The video is among several set to appear on the campaign's website. Actress Katherine Heigl is knocked up. The television and film star is expecting a child with musician Josh Kelly. Heigl famously starred in the movie Knocked Up, where she got pregnant unexpectedly to someone who she had just met. In real life, Heigl and Kelly have been married for 8 years and have already adopted 2 girls. The couple confirmed to People they are having a boy in January.
Looking to surprise your family or coworkers this summer? Well, check out what may be the world's largest working Nerf gun. A former NASA engineer, Mark Rober, says he created the toy to survive the ongoing Nerf wars at his office. It's powered by compressed air canister that packs 3,000 psi, and it fires huge, goofy darts made out of toilet plungers at 40 miles an hour. That might hurt.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. They were just naming it at some kids. I don't know. I guess it's not that painful, but it looks like it could be. Yeah.
That's quite an office he works at.
That's pretty cool. Look at that.
Breaks
Shatter.
windows.
Yeah. I think you have to be careful with that. That thing is humongous, but fun, I assume.
I assume.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $169. A well-equipped Civic, just $169. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda, Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dattoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.